Miss Rita to the rescue. Yay. Hello. It's Memorial Day. Uh, I don't know if it's appropriate to say Happy Memorial Day. Um, because, well, I'm going to say it anyway. Happy Memorial Day to you all. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. It's been beautiful here in Massachusetts. In fact, yesterday I had to turn on my AC for a little bit because it got a little too stuffy for me. I know I'm really sensitive to weather. Well, ever since I had my cancer, it just I don't know. I'm really sensitive to that. Anyway, good morning. Hi to all my friends. Hi, Leslie. Yes, it is beautiful. There's Christine and Deanne and Dawn and Dream Big and Erin and Christine and Tammy. Wow. Oh, and Jamie's on. Let's see who else is on. We got a lot of people on today. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of people have the day off. For some people, it's the beginning of the summer. Our kids here go to school quite late. I know that that's different for most of the rest of the country. But my guys stay in until June. And so Owen has 3 weeks left, I think. But and he's pretty excited about him. And then he's off to, or I'm bringing him to New Hampshire this Thursday so that he can participate in a wilderness training group class or something. It's a 3-day class up in my sister's neck of the woods, Pittsburgh. So I'm going to bring him up there, and then I'm actually going to try to do a show from that location. We'll be on location in beautiful Great North Woods, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. And you'll get to see my sister. I gifted her with a couple of Cricut things. I think she got a mug press and an Explorer 2, Air 2. And a few other things, and I'm going to bring up some things so maybe we can have fun, and hopefully I can share that with you. And yes, Owen is going to be great. It's not like an overnight; it's 3 full days. It starts on Friday morning at like 6 a.m. So that means I have to get up. I have to leave here on Thursday afternoon, and my sister is my older sister Teresa is petrified of going up there. Petrified. Even she says it's during the winter, but no, she just does. It's just too rural for her. She's a country. No, she's a city slicker. She's a city slicker. And so for me, it's a lot of fun. Brings back some memories of back 10 or more years ago. Just really fun. Anyway, all right, so let me adjust my camera here because I'm kind of off there. Okay, so all of you guys know that I hope you know that I am no longer a Cricut ambassador, whatever it's called, the product expert. And that is so that specifically I can show you projects from my favorite designers. And this designer, probably my absolute favorite of all the designers, because I don't know, she's been around a long time, and her name is Laurie Whitlock, and she has a site. She has paper that she's designed for Echo Park Paper Company, and you can also buy all kinds of physical and digital images here. To get to her purchasing site, she has a blog, okay, and you could just find it by typing in lauriewhitlock.com. But if you want to shop, which I love to shop, so I go to shop.lauriewhitlock.com, and then I'm right here, and you can see it is a robust and huge why does this keep doing this? It's a huge catalog of the all kinds of things, cards and boxes and treat bags and every which way of card, every holiday there. They've got, let's see, I don't know what else they got. Holidays. Okay, here, holidays. So they've got 4th of July coming up, and you can see she has quite a few things, including these little houses. And you'll notice what she does is when she designs one thing, she then creates variations on the theme. So if you are not like, I mean, obviously if you bought one you could replicate the whole thing if you knew how to get around design space a lot, but you don't have to because she creates these whole big bundles. Now granted, if you go to the bundles section, which is where I just was, and it says bundles right here, they're the pricing to buy a whole bundle, to buy a whole project bundle, especially this one, because it's a project bundle. So we're doing this strawberry one today. There are, let's go ahead and look at it, but I think there are 9 projects in this strawberry project bundle, which is a lot. So you might not want to buy the bundle, and her site is kind of slow. You might not want to buy the bundle. However, a couple of times a month, it's usually at least once a month in the middle of the month, she has a sale, like 30% off, and you can buy everything for 30% off. And then during big holidays such as Memorial Day, she also gives 50% off. So right now, until I think the end of today, is today the 29th? Yeah, till the end of today, as long as you put in the coupon code HERO, you'll get 50% off. So let me just show you how you're going to do that, because sometimes people get confused. So I'm going to type in B because I love bees. And so here is something I've been meaning to buy from Lori. It's a bee project bundle. But if you wanted to buy today's thing, it's called the strawberry project bundle. Okay. And let's see. I'm clicking on it. Sometimes her site is slow. She's got so many files here. Tons. So you'll see here, there's 9 projects in this one bundle for $20.17, making them about $2, $2.25 each. Okay. Which if you bought them separately, you can buy them all separately. Okay. Is that right? 2.25. All right. So then what you do is you're going to purchase it. Now, unless you are making these for a gift shop or you're selling them on Etsy, or, you want to make like hundreds for whatever reason, you're just going to choose the personal user license. Okay. It's included with the file. But if you need to go higher, you would pay for the commercial use, and I believe that's on an honor system. So if you're going to do that, you're going to be making money off of it. She asks if you couldn't use the commercial. Okay, so we're not, because we're just hobbyists, right? I'm going to add this to my cart. I'm going to come up here and look at my cart. Let's have a look. So I have my bee project bundle, and look, I get a freebie. It's a doctor card. Very cute. But now remember, the totals over here are not what the totals are going to be. So I'm going to go to coupon code, and I'm going to type in HERO. All right. And I'm going to hit apply. And you'll see my grand total goes down to $10.86. So I decide, yes, I want to check out. I want all of those bees. Now I do have to have a customer, log in. So I'll sign into that. Now you can choose a billing here. It doesn't matter because you're not getting anything sent to you. Okay, and then you hit continue. Now, I have what's called a store credit. So see, I have apply $10 for store credit. What does that mean? It means that every month, Lori takes, I don't know if it's like $10 a month, and she gives me $20 worth of product, product credits. Okay. So for instance, I pay $10 and then I get $20. Okay. Follow me here. Then I buy this project bundle on the 50% off, and I use my $10.08 from my credit, and I still get this enormous thing for $10 basically. And let's see, yeah, $10, because the subtotal I got is $20.17, and my coupon gives me $10.09, and then I had a store credit. Okay, so then I place an order. Sorry, I don't want to get too much in the weeds. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Okay, so here you go. It's all ready. And now I have to go to the downloads. Okay, so here we go to each individual, and we have to click on this zip. All right, and you can see my computer shows that I've downloaded. Now I have to go back. Back. Where's my back button? Here we go. And get my, well, now, how do you like that? What happened? Okay, I happened to get off the site, so I'm just going to go back to shop.loriwhitlock. Now, here's something I do have to tell you that I think is a negative with Lori, and that is, so here's my account, and that is sometimes, and it's sometimes, you can download these whenever, but sometimes she puts a limit on not only the amount of downloads you can do, but the time. So like, I mean, time meaning days. So sometimes she'll say you have 60 days or 5 downloads. And that just bugs me a little bit, because I paid for it. So why would it, I mean, I paid for it. You know what I mean? So why would I don't know why they would do that. Anyway, so I've downloaded my Bumblebee, and I'm going to go back to Cricut Design Space. Here's my strawberry thing. All right, I'm going to save this so that way I can come back to it easily. Yeah, don't you hate that with the expired files? Just, it doesn't make any sense to me. If you pay for the file, you should, and you used it during the time frame, or I don't know, if you pay for the file and you didn't get to use it until like 3 months afterwards, and you go to download it, you don't get it. You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so let me just hit new. And I am going to go over here. This is called upload. Now, if you've never loaded anything, hi, Tara. This will be a first, and it's super easy. Yes, you can do it on your iPad. I showed you how to do it on your iPad last week. When we did, I forget what we did last week, but what we did last week. So now, oh yeah, I know, we did My Scrap Chick. So you're going to hit this upload image. Okay, and then you hit browse. Speaking of which, My Scrap Chick doesn't do that to you, doesn't limit your time like that, like Lori. And I'm not going to say it's all of Lori's things, some of Lori's things. So I've been purchasing files from her for well over 10 years. So yeah, so there you go. Whose birthday was it? Plant City, huh? Oh, okay. It's my birthday today, Cora. Cora. Happy birthday, dear Cora. Okay, I'm in my my downloads file, and I am looking for, although I can't see it, I have to get my eyes checked, you guys. I'm looking for LW, because that's how she names these. Valentine pop-up card B. No, we got the, what did we get? What did we get? We got the B. Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. It was called, where is it? Slice form, St. Patrick's Day. B, here it is, B, project file. Okay, so project file, and you're going to see here that there's a number of files here. This is where it's different than if you just buy one. You'll see that she has the terms of use, and also there's thumbnails if you want to look at the project card details. This is the one thing besides the expiration of project files. This is one thing that it's a hit or miss. If you want to see Lori put one of these together, you can sometimes, and she does have a YouTube channel, and you can check on that, and you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. But other times she'll just create a file, or like a bunch of files, and she doesn't do a video for all of them, much like SVG cuts would do, you see. So we're going to have to go and sort of figure it out ourselves. So where do all the details go? So we'll start at the top, and we're going to this here. It says grid pop-up B card. So whichever one you're doing, right? So I'm going to just hit this, and I'm going to hit open. Now I could save this, which is what I'm going to do in my images, because I might need to use that in another file. So I'm going to hit upload, and it will bring me to all my uploads. So as you can see here, all of my uploads, these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 projects I uploaded individually for the strawberry. Now today I did not do every project. I missed 2. So so if you want to see certain projects, you might need to come back, and we'll do later these 2 that I didn't do. So now what I'm doing is I decided I want to keep all these files together. So I'm going to add them all to the canvas. Now I'm going to go to the canvas, which right down here, I don't even know if you can see it, but it's right down here. Let's see, where's my canvas? Where did it go? Where's my canvas? All right, I'm gonna have to go up here and go to canvas. Look, that looks like a design flaw, Cricket. Oh, Sarah, do you mean the clock that was like a gingerbread house? Because I made those and everybody loved them. Love them. That was by Birdie. I'm going to have to check out what Birdie's doing. All right, so now you see here are all 9 of these. So don't get overwhelmed. Push them all aside until you just get one. All right, you get one. You're going to unlock it, okay? And what you're going to do is we want to isolate the part of the file that has these dashes in it. You see these dashes? They represent score lines. So we need to, even though they represent score lines, they are not set for score lines. Now, if you have a scoring stylus and you want to set these as scoring lines, you can do it. But honestly, that's a topic for another day. So for right now, what I'm doing is isolating this piece. This is the only piece out of the whole project, this particular project, that needs attaching. So I'm going to go over here to where the paper clip is, down in the top by the top bottom. All right. And then I can move this back over here and keep it together, and that's what I do. So I just go ahead and group them, and then I unselect them. I don't want them to be seen. So I already worked on it. So here's the next one. I'm going to show that again. So you're going to ungroup, and you're going to isolate the pieces that have this dotted line on there, and you're going to attach them. Okay? And they may be hiding underneath things. If they are attached, and if they're already attached, like as in a one whole piece, then everything will turn the color of the main color. So you have to make sure that you separate them all and then attach the pieces. Okay. So there also are on these strawberries, there are little tiny score lines. So we're going to attach those as well. When I'm done with that, attach, I'm going to group this together, and I'm going to group it together right up here, right? And then since I'm done working with this file, I'm going to turn it off. And then I would proceed and do all these others. Now, the thing I like about this file is that I love strawberries. So there's that. But June, which is coming next week, is Hi, Colleen. Oh, you made some. I know she's very prolific, very, very prolific. And she's been doing it a long, long time. And so she has a lot of files for sale. And so that's really cool. And some people ask me, well, why don't you design files yourself, Frida? And I said, well, I do, but I wouldn't have the manpower to keep a site up and collect money and all that stuff. It's just me, one man band here. And so, whenever somebody says, why don't you do this? It's like, yeah. I mean, it's just not that important to me. If I'm going to have a free file, just give it to you. That's how I feel. Anyway, and don't even talk to me about Amish produce. Oh my God, it's awesome. Amish produce. Every fall, I'm like, I need to go to the farmers markets there. Anyway, so as I mentioned, I've only put together, I put together 3 of the 3D files and 3 of the card files. I didn't put together yet the purse or the pie slice. So if you want to see that, perhaps on another day, let me know, because I'm happy to do it. All right. So here are 3 different types of cards. Look at this one. It says "You're Sweet." I think there was supposed to be a small strawberry there, but I forgot it. And then you can write it out, and it can be anything, even if it's just a thank you card. I thought this one looks really cute, would look really cute as an invitation to either a tea, or maybe your young granddaughter's 3rd birthday or 4th birthday, 5th, that's the best one, right? And then this one I thought was really cute, and it kind of borders on a 3D effect. You pull this out and you can read the note. Isn't that adorable? It's like a little pocket card. Pocket cards are fun. All right, so we're going to put those together, and then let me show you these. So this is a little, I guess it's like a treat box or a treat thing. Isn't this cute? So let's say your church was having a little social and you wanted to give the kids some like candy or something, then you could fill up, or I don't know what you'd give the kids, right? So you'd fill that up there with M&Ms, and you could have a whole table full. So cute. And then this one, this is more if you have to mail something, I think, or you could do them as giveaways at the end of a party, your tea party. Anyway, look how cute this is. It is a strawberry box. Oh, they're fighting this morning. I think they're fighting over me this morning. All right, and look how cute. There's my mother. Oh, my mother's awake. All right, isn't that a cute box? Even if you didn't want to decorate it as a strawberry box, you could use, I used this embossed paper. It's called Swiss Dot, and it's sold by American Crafts. Okay, and then I have this, which is a berry basket. I thought it would look cute on the coffee table in front of, like when you just walk in the house, somebody could put their keys in there. Now, what I would do differently with this one is I would use thicker paper, so perhaps craft paper, or if craft comes in the craft, it does. If craft comes in the craft size, craft paper, then I would use it again, and I'm going to do that as well. So let's put these together. There are a lot of little yellow pieces that might drive you a little bonkers, and so I have kind of put them all over here. So let's put. Do we want to do this one? That's kind of the hardest one. Let's leave that one to the bottom. All right, let's do this one, which is the little pocket card. So you do cut out all the little details here. So I have I have 3 strawberries. I have this is going to be the insert piece, and that's going to go on here for my message. You could stamp this, by the way, and then this is the main, like if you wanted to put happy birthday or whatever, just make it whatever you want. And then you're going to fold over these tabs. There's 2 tabs on each side at the bottom. And then in the middle, it folds right in half. Okay? So I like to turn my folds both ways because I feel like it gives it a more like burnished look, or I don't know what you call it. Now, why is that word? Finished look, or more professional look, like they took a bone folder or whatever. Now, here is where you might want to use double stick tape for Lori's projects. There's a couple here that I do use double stick tape for, and then I switch over to regular glue, and this is one of the ones with the double stick tape. So I'm just putting the double stick tape on the inside of the tabs, and then I'm going to take off the top piece. See that? That's got a little piece on the top. Whoops. Now, sometimes it doesn't always work. Here we go. There we go. All right. And I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the other side. Here we go. All right. Now I'm going to fold with the tabs facing in, or I could fold it this way if I wanted to. I think I'll try it this way. And I'm pressing down on those tabs, press really good so that it creates that pocket, you see? And then here is where I probably would use glue. I have 2 different sides to show, and since I did my regular one in this side, I think I'll use this side. No, I'm going to go with my original instinct, which now that I think about the other colors in that project, this is a good choice. A gingham would look nice. This patterned paper comes from a collection kit from Echo Park that I just got in the mail. I believe they are still having a huge sale. Echo Park Paper Outlet. Is it Echo Park Paper Outlet? Well, they're having a really huge sale this weekend too. I think everybody is having Memorial Day sales. So that's really cool. So I'm just putting these together. Now you'll notice, and you might again need to check and look at your picture, okay, at the thumbnails that she gave you, or keep her site open and just check your picture as you start to put things in place. So there are, it looks to me like it should be 4 strawberries here. There's the 4th one. All right. And then there's, of course, there are the little tops to the strawberries. So we got to go 1, 2, what are those called? Hulls? The hulls? Or is that what it's called when you take the middle part of it out to hull, like to hull a strawberry? I don't know. One of my chatters is going to say, that's what it is. Yeah, gingham is real cute. I got the other one, the jam jar one, is real cute and would look so adorable in gingham. I didn't color that one the way that I should have. But it's still cute. Anyway, so I think my sister just arrived, but she's going to have to, she has the day off too. And what we're going to do today? Oh, we were going to go furniture shopping. Oh my gosh. This is one thing I detest, furniture shopping. But she keeps insisting that, let's see, she keeps insisting that I stay in my bed, and this is true. You know, after I had my surgery and rehab, I came back, and I just like stayed in my bed because I was recuperating. And then when there comes a time when you're in your bed and you realize I don't need to be in this bed anymore, but I'm not quite ready to give up all of my assists. You know what I mean? Like your walker or your cane or whatever. And so you're still using it, but you feel stupid because you're using it because you're like, I don't really need this, but it has come in handy and I really appreciate it. And anyway, but the thing is, in my house, was starting to look really cute. In my house, we have dogs, as you heard probably at the top, and they are Pembroke Welsh corgis, and they bark. They always have barked, and if I ever waited, you guys, some people have said, well, why don't you put them in another room? They bark. They need to be at the center of attention at all times. That's how corgis are. And as you know, there are a number of adorable corgi pairs, and that's the other thing. Corgis come in pairs. I mean, you have to buy two different dogs or adopt two different dogs, but you let's see, you have to buy two different dogs. By the way, now if you bought a dog, or if someone bought a corgi pup and they just cannot keep up with it, my suggestion is to get on Facebook and tell people or try to find the breeder. Now, if you don't know the breeder, that might be hard, but you can often go back to the breeder and say, you know what, I can't take this. I can't take this anymore. I can't do this anymore. So, and there's no shame in that. And then you can be relieved of the burden of that you just did not expect it. I know a lot of people say, well, what about what if, you know, they had a kid and now they don't want their corgi. You know what? I would rather corgi be in a happy home where he's loved and appreciated for his talents and the joy that he brings, or she. And so I don't want to keep him in the wrong. Somebody's over there. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Rita.
Say hi to all my friends.
Hi, all you friends.
14 years. I know corgis. I have never had a corgi that lived to 14. They usually start going downhill about 12. But they're quite active as adults, as long as they don't become couch potatoes, which they are prone to do. They love to hang with you, and if you let them on the couch or the bed, they will never forget it. And if you say, no, you can't, they will figure out a way to get on that bed because they can get super spoiled, right? They're herding dogs, so they're fun with kids. They're actually very good with kids. Mine growing up were, not growing up, when Owen was growing up, were two, oh my God, I love these dogs. My first two corgis, and they were Gus and Gwen. My sister called them the G dogs. the G dogs. And they would go on adventures like no one in TikTok has ever seen. I took these dogs camping. I took them on boats in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We went whale watching. We went blueberry picking. We did all this stuff with these dogs. And everybody around town knew them as well, and they were just really popular. At that time, I worked at a company here in Peabody, and on the weekends when I'd have to go in, sometimes I'd sneak one of them in, and they used to like to run up and down the corridors. Oh, I know another thing we did. I used to take them for these long, long walks in the morning. So long. This is before they put in the junior high, or they redid the junior high. So before they redid the junior high, there was a field there that they played soccer on sometimes. And so I would take, and they would collect those geese, the geese, what do you call those geese? Can you hear my guinea pig? So those Canadian geese, which are protected, but you can, if you wanted to, hire people to shoo them away. And I don't know if it's just with animals, dogs or do the people shoo them away? I don't know what they do, but I remember they used to hire dogs. And so I said, I'm going to get you guys jobs shooing geese away. Oh, it's so cute. I love those guys. Oh my gosh, they got me through so many hard times too. And they were the best pals of Owen. And then when, hold on a second. I'm just doing this and talking. I don't know if you guys see this, but let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to get off track. Okay. So this one is that little V-shaped candy bag or something. So I'll show you how we're going to do it. First, we have to make sure we have our 2 pieces, which we have, but I need to put flowers on them. So here are my 2 flowers. Gosh, I've been in love with strawberries for so long. Just growing up, I love strawberries, but then when I was first coming out of college, I was, I was dating a guy who had, who had a family farm in upstate New York, and this is in college. And so I got so taken by this family. They're Ukrainians. And they came over here I think during World War II. And he was my boyfriend for many years. So, and I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but we used to we were in college then, so we would get the train, or when we had a car, we'd go down to the city, into Queens. It was actually called Long Island City. And Astoria, which is the name of their neighborhood. Anyway, we would go there, and it was like back in the 50s. Everybody with the kerchiefs on, and they didn't have to worry about the way they dressed. And
excuse me, Rita, the babies didn't eat any yet, right?
No, they didn't. It's my mother's job of taking care of the guinea pigs. So she's kind of like a little obsessive about it, which is fine. But she gets them like fresh water and all these different kinds. Well, they need to have this, and funny, whatever. Anyway, so back to this Ukrainian family. So, I grew up Italian in a very Italian American home, and all I knew about Ukraine, I don't even know if I don't know anything about Ukraine at all. And I've, for me growing up, it was like, you're Catholic, or you're Protestant, or you're Jewish. That was it. We didn't have the others, the other other religions, Muslim and Orthodoxy and that sort of thing. It was just, just everybody who lived there. They hadn't gone into different neighborhoods. I don't know if that's what's called gentrification or if it's kind of the other way around. But anyway, hold on a sec. Okay, so see what I did here? I took this little piece in the middle. I folded all of the tabs, and then I glued the bottom part of the two pieces like this. And now I can fold these in like this and glue or do the tape. Personally, tape is what I would use for this, because you got to expect it's probably not gonna it needs to be sturdy. And what if you mess up on your glue that day? So there's that. And a lot of times working with red paper, you get glue. You find little glue things. How do I explain that? Let's see. I don't know if I can explain that, but it's sort of, I don't know if I can explain it. All right, I'm going to get off that topic. Anyway, so we're going to put these double stick tapes here. Try to line them up. Unlike me, look, I didn't line that one up. So let me do that. There we go. All right. Take these little pieces off. Come on. Oh my gosh, you guys. What time is it? What?
I'm talking to the puppies.
Oh, I think we'll have to go long today, but do you think that matters?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to my friends online. I'm going to go a little long today, if that's okay with you. I don't know if you guys have the day off or whatever. So if you get to a place where you're like, I got to go, then just go. It's okay. We're so happy for your visit. Okay, so there's my double stick tape, and now I'm going to press this onto that edge. Make sure I'm pressing the whole part, and then I'll do this one up here. I want a really nice, clean, straight edge. You can actually turn this around like this and just make sure it's really on there, really, really good. And then this same thing over here, use the sides. Now, if you can't get your fingers in there, or you don't feel like you've pressed it down enough, I'll show you a little. It's not really a trick, it's just something that I've done. So here we go. I am having trouble getting into the bottom here, so I'm going to press down. All right, so I'm pressing down. So there you go. There's that box. Let's see, what's next? Okay, why don't we do this one next? This is so cute. It's like a little mini, it's a sort of frilly, kind of a milk box because of the way that it closes at the top, right? And so I'm going to show you how to put this together. You do not glue this. I mean, unless you want to, but then you use string to get it all together. So let's have a look at that piece, that one. All right, so you've got two main pieces here, and these are all the sort of extras. Put those aside here. All right, let's check out these two main pieces. So on this one, you'll see the dotted lines all the way across and on here, and then also up here too, and then down here to make a box. Because the box is obviously 4 sides, and it has to be able to be folded onto itself in half for storage. You don't have to put all your boxes together. And there was a time when I was selling my cards at the farm stand, and just to kind of get my name out there in the community. And I found people would just come to the farmer's market and pick up some produce, and they love to buy little doodads. I don't know, they just really did. I'm going to have to talk to the Main Streets Committee, ask them if they're going to do something like that again. That was really fun. Anyway, all right, so here's our main piece, all folded every which way, okay? And what we're going to do is fold it in half, and you'll see that there is a tab here, okay? So you fold this tab in, and here again, double stick tape or glue, up to you, but I'll show you this one in glue since I did the double stick tape on the other one. And then we're going to make sure it's lying flat, completely flat as it dries, okay? So there is our, once you feel like it's sort of caught, you know, it's like not quite dry, but it's caught. Oh, a theme, yes! That is, you know what, Christine's talking about in the chat, she's talking about that Dreaming Tree has a milk crate with cows. So if you were going to have like a little like farmer's market, you could make a milk crate that looks like a cow. So cute. All right, glue or double stick tape, up to you what you want to do. Whichever's easiest. When you get to this point, you are going to want to fold out these tabs and take something like a pen and press down just like this all around, because you won't be able to get your hands in there too well. Okay, so I just use my pen or whatever I have and just kind of go like this. All right, now that your box is done actually, and you're gonna want to actually fold this before you assemble. All right, and you're gonna want to get yourself some twine, but it's not done. I mean, what I'm suggesting is, here's a great little box that you don't have to use the theme on. And now here is the sort of the belly band. It's a rather big belly band, and all the belly band means is that it goes around the belly of whatever you're making. So a lot of times with 3D cards, they have you make a belly band to keep it closed, which is a good idea. So there you go. Now this belly band, there's 4 sides. So I have to find all the little pieces. So there's going to be these here, 4, and they go longer, like more like a rectangle. So they're going to get put on there. So, and by the way, I think you could change this to use patterned paper. Wouldn't that look really nice, you know? And then gonna glue all 4 of these on, and I can go back to talking about strawberries again. What was I even talking about? Oh my god. Who the heck knows? Come on, Rita. You know, I really want to do everything all at once. I want, when I got diagnosed the second time for my cancer, so this time, I started thinking about stories that I've never told anyone. When you guys say about my stories, I mean, I've got a lot of stories. Why? Because, well, I kind of was coming up as a, like, sort of blog writer. And so I could tell stories that way. And I used to have several blogs, and I would go on there and people would come and listen. And I really liked it. It was like a column that I managed. I hope someday I can get back to that. But other than spoken word, or something written for a blog, I didn't really have a history, sort of. And you know what? I mean, I got to be honest with you. When you're facing a long-term or short-term cancer diagnosis, you start thinking about those things. You start, or even if you hit 50 and you haven't had your colonoscopy and stuff, age brings this stuff on. You got to get to the doctor and make that appointment. Don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid. it's difficult news, but I'll give you two things. First is it's difficult news to get. For me, it was so difficult the first time, but the second time was worse. So, but the first time it was so easy. It was on like a robotic thing. I went and got the chemo. Then my hair fell out. Then then I had surgery after a couple of weeks, and I recuperated from that. I recuperated from the surgery, and then I had, what did I have? Oh, radiation, and a lot of it. But before the radiation, I had a problem with my incision, so that took, I don't know, a month of daily appointments. So the thing is, you get to understand about time a little bit, and you get to realize how precious life really is, and you start to think about things like, I may only have this much time. How am I going to make the best of it? How am I going to make the best of this time that I've been given? Because in a sense, it's not necessarily about I don't know how long you live. It's like how much you live in that living, in that life. How much you live in that life. That's what I mean. Yeah. And I kind of got down in the dumps about this since. I'll be honest. I'm being honest. I was down in the dumps this last 2 weeks. It was really hard for me to get out of bed because I had leaned so much on that. The whole thing. I now, when I first went into care, I'm a super independent person, and so first went into care. I was like, no, I can do it, and I was getting scolded all the time. You have to ask for help, and I learned in rehab that because they have alarms that tell you so, that if you get out of the bed without their consent, without their help, even just the supervision, and you will get the alarm will go off. And same with the bathroom. And they had to be there while you went to the bathroom, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, they wanted me to not flush, and I'm like, I'm a grown woman here, you know what I mean? I was like, that's dumb. And so they like would stand outside the door or whatever, but I felt like I was in prison or something. And then they would come, and they'd be like, come and take this class, and they make it seem like it's not, it's like it's your choice, like, yeah, let's get it, but you have to go because that they are coming to get you anyway if you don't go. Anyway, so this belly band you see is going to go like this around here, and it has a flap right here. And I think what I might do, and think of that, is put some double stick tape here on this flap, and like this. So I am going to take this off here. I could go on TikTok, I guess, if I had enough people and do lives. Every time I go to TikTok these days, it's like all these lives and people selling stuff. I mean, upside down. I didn't realize how commercial it had become. It's super commercial. So it didn't take long for that to happen, right? That's how I got into this with YouTube. I'd be like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go over to YouTube, and then pretty soon it gets adopted, and that's great. It gets adopted, and you go. Hold on, I just want to make sure that band is tight. And oops, look at this. it didn't close correctly. So how do we get away from that? Let's show you that trick. Okay, before you put this around the belly, you should attach it so you're actually making a band like this, and hopefully you can just, I hope this is going to work. Should work. Yep, it works. You can just like shimmy that belly band down. Come on now, shimmy, shimmy. Don't push your double stick tape in. This reminds me. Oh my God, you guys. Does this not look like the Jetsons maid? What was her name? Oh my God. The Jet. Meet George Jetson. Boom, 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 boom. Jane, his wife. Oh, you guys have to help me. Rosie. It didn't look like Rosie there for a second. Oh my God, so cute. And then here is a little tag that you can do whatever with. And what I did was I got some white cord. Whoops. I think it's very thin twine. This will also look good in craft color. And then what we'll do to close it up, we will put your twine in there. People always say, oh, Rita, you like repeat too many of the steps. You take too long to talk the steps. And that's because my assumption is you missed some of my videos. I mean, I had a lot of them. And you may have missed that trick, or maybe the trick has changed, or maybe you just plain forget like me. Oh, did I ever show you how to do a milk carton crate? And so that's why I do repetition. I don't like to do the same files over and over. So I like to do different things. So we'll have these for June, and we're going to do the bumbles for July. Right? Or maybe we can even take this isn't as down as I want it to be. There. There we go. The other thing is, I want you to see how it's done, because a lot of people, maybe not with a paper project, but there are a lot of people who go out there and they say they're demonstrating and they're not. And what they're doing is they're just, selling some product, like, those big cabinets or a certain kind of acrylic or glow in the dark, this, that, and the other thing, you guys. And I know it's available for so much cheaper. Not on the Cricut site, but during the entire time that I was an affiliate with, or whatever, I don't know what I was, but I was a person at Cricut, working with Cricut. I never worked. I was, I don't know. It was confusing. Let me tell you, it was just confusing. And it was like working in the new corporate America, because I have not worked in corporate America for, it's going to be almost 20 years. I cannot believe that. And here, I believe this is what I'm doing here. Oh no, this one's bigger. Anyway, I'm used to face-to-face and let's work this out together in one room and write everything down and do lists and everything. But it doesn't seem to be the way that it's done now anymore. Like, I thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of run by committee, or a very small committee, and they just tell you what to do. So you got me. I don't like to work in those environments. I want to be an active participant in solving a problem. That's what I want to be. I do not want to be kind of like a slave to um, one product, even if the product is good on one side, doesn't mean it's great on the other side. Or, just because it doesn't do this doesn't mean they're not going to buy it, you know? I don't know. It's very competitive, cutthroat. Not my cup of tea, guys. Not my cup of tea. I'm going to put a little emblem on here with a bale strawberry. And I have another adorable card ready for the summer. Here it is. I think this is it. Oh, I got to poke out some of these little holes. All right. And it doesn't need a white background, but it sure does need a cap. Or the stem, the stem, right? That's a stem, right? All right, so doesn't need the white, but it does need the stem. And here is my stem. Make sure I got it on the right cut side. Mom, what are you doing?
Well, I'm bringing you some water.
Aw, here comes Nana Ina. Nana, thank you.
Good.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Good, thank you. I've been talking for an hour now.
And I didn't know where the cover was.
You didn't know where the cover was. My mother is obsessed with hydration. Always. Is there anything? This is what she says to me every night. Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? Imagine having that much of a willing heart and or give empathetic heart. I just love it. And yes, my mother has memory issues, but that doesn't mean that she should be tucked away and not stimulated and not be part of the community. She needs to be part of the community. And so she has different things she does. And she's responsible for them. So some of them are, she has to feed and water the guinea pigs. And she just loves that job because she stands around and looks at them walking around, eating their food, and she talks to them. So that's pretty cool. And hold on. Whoops, this one didn't fold that well. Okay, so the last project we're doing is this one. And it's a cute, very low box for one piece box for little decorative things, maybe in your spring or summer decor. So I'm folding all these flaps in, you see? And we are going to open, and then I have to fold these flaps, you see, right here at this corner, right here. All right, one, let's go over here, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't know. I remember one year coming back from my boyfriend's farm. It was a farm. It was a small farm. But anyway, I remember one year coming back and it was like 4th of July weekend. And we used to see each other all summer. So I had he had work that he did during the week and then I would try to do some of my work on, so that we could kind of have a day together. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. God. Anyway, okay, I know where I was going with that. So it was strawberry and raspberry picking season. And back then, you could not find raspberries in this grocery store. You could find apples, oranges, and stuff like that, but they very rarely sold raspberries that would, you could justify the price of. So berries have always been sort of high and the grocery store. So anyway, so I was like, I'll take them home. And I remember I was working at the early Peabody Essex Museum, the PEM. So if you don't, if you're around, if you live around here, and you go into Salem with any frequency, there was a museum pre Peabody Essex Museum. It was definitely a lot chiller. I don't know that it was a charge, but you could buy tickets for touring of all the houses in Salem. It was really great. And I spent one summer working in the library. They have a private library. I thought this was cool. They had a private library, and if you wanted to do research on any of the colonial era stuff, this is where you would go. But you'd have to pay. And I forget, it was some really small amount, like 75 cents. But it was like the gesture. And then they had like a little gift shop and stuff like that. So so that is what that's what I did for the summer. And my boyfriend, who lived in New York City, in specifically Long Island City, is called Astoria. I don't know if anybody knows that at all, but Astoria is down, it's also often called Long Island City, and it's in Queens, the borough of Queens. So New York City is a very large area, so you have to say, you know, which borough they're like. When they say borough, they mean like little islands. Sometimes they're connected, but sometimes they're not. You have to go over a bridge. That's why there's a lot of bridges in the tri-borough area. So and back then it was like Manhattan was highfalutin, and you could go to places like what am I like fabric places or jewelry places or florist places. I mean, a lot of this was going on. I don't know if it still goes on, but you know, for the fresh market, for the odd item that you wouldn't find at the A&P, you'd go down to the fresh market, right? And, you know, and there it depended on who the immigrants were at the time. And I hate to sound crude, but basically what it is. So they would set up their own market, and they would have little restaurants within the market. And then eventually it created different areas. And we do have a Chinatown in Boston, and we also have let's see, we Chinatown, and there's an area, it's called Harlem, but Spanish Harlem. I don't know all of them, but I do know I was quite the let's see, where are we gonna find covers for these? Adorable. Look at these. These are cute. I don't know if they're gonna fit on there. They seem like they don't fit. Oh yeah, no, they do. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Anyway, what am I doing? Sometimes when you buy a project bundle, you know, you might feel guilty if you don't do every item in the project bundle. Like, for instance, I was doing this and I'm like, oh gosh, I said I was going to show them the bundle. And I'm not showing you the purse or the what's the other one? I'm not showing you the purse with the little strawberry purse, or the other one I'm forgetting now. Oh, the pie slice. Yeah, the pie slice. So, okay, you see what I'm doing is I'm building a little vine. I'm going to put this here, like this, and that, and then I'll put a flower right here. So we need to build 4 of those. So that's what I'm doing. And this is extra. You can add it if you wanted to add it to your piece. I don't think I want to add it. Yeah, anyway, so then I came back here. This is after college, and I actually studied uh, Russian studies in college, and I had a double major with psychology. When I went in to college, boy, ooh, was I naive, so naive, and also just like incredibly naive, but didn't know really what I wanted to study. I went there because I was told go to college and take theater, and I had done theater for I don't know, 4 years prior to, and it was such an experience, and I just like didn't feel like doing like reliving that experience. So around then is when I started like doing things like taking languages. So I took Greek and uh, Latin, of course. I did 4 years of Latin, I think, or 3 years of Latin, and but then after I get through my sophomore year, I'm like, you have to declare a major, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, none. So I picked, I think I picked teacher or something like that. Um, anyway, at that time, which was just getting out, or I think the Soviet Union had not collapsed by then. Oops, this guy needs a cap. What am I doing? Where are my caps? Okay. So the Soviet Union had not yet fell, and there was a lot of recruiting on my college campus by all the government agencies, and for reason, because those guys were very preppy. My I did not come. I was a kind of a preppy, but I wasn't like boarding school preppy. Okay, and so I got to get my little dots in there now. Oh, here I put the wrong cap on. I did. Should I put this one back? Yeah, I'll do it. um, this kind doing project bundle like this kind of reminds me of the first time I started doing Legos with my son, and he was really young, and this was a technique that was most encouraged by the developmental community, was to do a small Lego type of thing. And in fact, he for years was paid, or we were paid in part, I mean, I always spent more, but we were paid in part by the Department of Developmental Services, because my son is autistic, and so he gets special services, and so his one of his services is like community integration and education and all kinds of stuff, skills training. So he gets that every year until I think it's until he's 22, which is, for me, it's a little problematic. All right, so then what they want for you to do is to put these pieces right here. Now you could glue them. Personally, I would probably just glue them. This is my glued them one. That's what it looks like. You could also, missing a strawberry. And you could also, hey, we could use this piece, put it right here. And then I can say, stamp that. I think that would look cute. But yeah, so when you do Lego, this is what they don't tell you. And now coming up, I never did Lego. I mean, we had 100 bricks in my house total. But I used to go with this guy. His name was Jay McPhee, and his father was so militant about him and his Legos. He was like, you know, don't interrupt my son's Lego time. I'm like, what? Anyway, so it never was appealing to me at that time in life. So then when Owen, someone says, "Oh, go ahead and get some Legos and work with them," and of course, eventually I got hooked, and that's all I did all the time was put together and take. I never took them apart. My son did. Anyway, let's look at what we did today. Oh my gosh, we did this cute little treat bag. Isn't that adorable? And let's see, look at these. I think would be great invitations. I think I like it this way better, but and look at the hearts cut out on there. It's so cute. Don't you think this would be like for a baby christening or something, or I don't know. What do they celebrate these days? Gender reveals? Nah, not for that. Okay, and then how about sending your mom or somebody that you love this? This goes in a 5 by 7 inch envelope, and then you can take this out, put your personal information, or you could stamp it and put your personal information, and it goes right into this little adorable pouch. And then we've got this Your Sweet jam card. So cute. So we did that. And then we had this adorable milk crate. This is in 2 different colors. And this one has this cute gift tag on it. And we did it in a couple of ways. And then we finished up with this one. I have to say, I think if I were going to do this over again, I would not follow the color that she gave us. I would probably turn this into like a craft, and hopefully maybe you can have like a craft cardstock. And I'm going to see how that looks. So after I get off, I'm going to do this one. Okay, so that's going to do it for me for today. Wow. I did talk a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to tell your friends, your buddies, say, yeah, it's crafting, but you don't even have to be crafting what she's crafty. I know it's such a cute thing. Now listen, if you want to see the slice of pie or the other thing, what was it? Slice of pie or, I don't know, purse, the pocketbook. Yeah. And thank you. There's Loretta. Hi Loretta. How are you? Hi Erin. Hi Dawn. Yeah, I like all the cards too. The 3D stuff, you really have to have a purpose for, I suppose they'd look good on a tiered, one of those tiered, what do you call them? Why don't we put some of these on your tiered, I'm so tongue-tied. Tray, your tiered tray, your charcuterie boards. I don't know. But remember, if you put it near your charcuterie boards, the oil will ruin the paper. You won't be able to reuse it. So consider that. Or putting it on something that's not touching mayonnaise or oil or butter. So, okay. I think I'm going to be back on Wednesday if I can get my prep work done. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm again furniture shopping, but I just have to tell you about the furniture shopping. It's so awful. First of all, I have never ever been blessed with the ability to pick couches. Just can't. And this all started in my first apartment with my first husband, Russ, and we went and lived in Amesbury in an old Victorian home. And it was actually the people that purchased the house they became very good friends, and we went through a lot those summers, and we did a lot of stuff together. And this whole thing, the strawberries, including the June Strawberry Festival or the that's in Topsfield. Everybody was, oh, you had to go to Strawberry Festival. And back then, you used to do a book fair and you could trade books. Remember books? Anyway, it was just fun to do it. Anyway, so that is sort of my memories of a strawberries. But I think we're gonna catch up with some bees soon. And what else? I had some box cards, some very intricate box cards I wanted to show you from SVG Cuts. And I think she may be having a sale, but I'm not terribly sure about it. Let's have a look. So don't forget to check out Lori Whitlock's site. It's shop.loriwhitlock.com. And when you come up here, I can just type in, what was I going to type in? SVG Cuts, right? Oh, yeah, she's having a 30% off sale. So check that out. Oh, I love that set. Oh, yeah. Oh, these are all wonderful. She has the most intricate box cards. She basically took the box card and elevated it to an art form. And I wanted to show you this set. It's called Summer Box Cards, and especially wanted to do this adorable house. It's not really, to me, it looks like how they dress up Cape Cod every summer, especially on the vineyard. And then who didn't have like one of those summer things that you would do planned. So I think I might do that next time. All right, everybody. Sorry, I'm very chitty chatty today. And I think I will see you on Wednesday. If not, I will be back on Friday. And I hope you all have a safe and happy Memorial Day, and reflect upon the true meaning of this holiday. Bye.